Real talk. I lost myself completely in the pursuit of personal growth, something that seemed good and is good, but taken to the extreme and misprioritized and idolized, if I'm being honest, went very, very bad. And I know I'm not the only person that has done that. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about how to stay connected or reconnect with your authentic self while pursuing personal growth. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the bell, hit the subscribe button. That way you can be notified every time I release a new video on how to live and lead from the authentic you. Whether we want to admit it or not, I think all of us at one point or another can be guilty of spending too much of our time, our energy, our resources, our beloved focus on things outside of us. It is our human nature to scan the world around us, whether that is social media or whether it's simply our everyday life. We take that information in, and usually unconsciously, if we're not thinking about what we're thinking about, we compare. We measure ourselves on a measuring stick. We put ourselves on a spectrum to see how we measure up. And whenever we are in pain or there's an area of our life that we're struggling with, and let's be honest, when is every area of our life ever the way we want it to be simultaneously? All of this is elevated, it's exaggerated. And for some of us, it can be really easy to put these pictures in a box and label them success, or even label them good. This is the picture of what a good mom looks like, a good Christian looks like. This is what a good business owner or a good leader looks like. This is what it means to be a healthy person and eat healthy. And then we try to fit ourselves in that box. Now hear me, there is nothing wrong with getting inspired by other people, by learning from other people, by allowing other people's gifts and strengths to support you and help you. That's kind of the gig when it comes to living in community. The problem happens whenever we lose ourselves to the process, when we get so busy trying to chase a result that we think we want, that we get disconnected from ourselves, that we are trying so hard to fit into that box that we don't recognize ourselves anymore. For me, it looked like, sure, gaining a lot of business success and a lot of financial freedom, even a lot of time freedom, but at the expense of a lifestyle that led to burnout, at the expense of my relationships and almost my marriage, at the expense of my own fulfillment and calling and joy, because I was so focused on what they said, whoever they is, they said that I had to do in order to hit this result. Well, guess what? Once I hit the result, once I hit the lifestyle, it actually wasn't everything that it was cracked up to be. And this is why burnout is becoming so prevalent, because so many people are living under obligation and expectations, whether it's external or internal, and this constant pressure of have tos and need tos and shoulds, where they're waking up one day and they kind of hate their whole life because it's full of all the stuff that they think they have to do in order to get a life that they think that they want. And in this process, it's so easy to get disassociated from yourself, from what you actually want, and not only the results you actually want, but who you actually are. We're so busy copycatting other people, trying to get their results the way they got them, that we're losing out on tapping into our own creativity and our own authenticity and the ingredients that only we have, that only we were given to be able to do it our way to get our results and our fulfillment. You cannot walk fully in your specific authentic calling wearing someone else's shoes, doing it someone else's way. Let me pause us right here and let me know in the comments, does any of this ring true for you? Let me know what you've resonated with. Here's the thing. For years, I thought the problem was me. I thought if I would only work harder, or maybe I could work smarter, Or maybe if I was more disciplined, if I put in more effort. And if you are thinking any of those thoughts, they are incorrect. That is not the problem. Those are surface level symptoms that keep us busy and distracted from the real problem. The real problem is deeper. It's fear. It's insecurity. It's doubt. It is comparison. It is you disconnecting from yourself. And the answer, this might sting a little bit, is the very thing that you have been ignoring, that you have been trying to hide, maybe even rejecting, maybe even betraying. And that is, the answer is yourself, getting reconnected with yourself. It makes sense why we've tried to bury those things and why we avoid looking at them. Because if we're honest, there's a lot of pain there. And that takes a lot of vulnerability, and it's sometimes even scary to look at it head on. Because when we do, sometimes it brings up all the memories of rejection when we showed up authentically, or all the failures and the mistakes whenever we tried to do it our own way. So it feels safer to stay busy and stay distracted and work at the surface level, or maybe even shame ourselves for not doing enough or not working hard enough, than it is to actually look at the root and actually look at the motivation that's underneath all of it. I love Brene Brown's quote on authenticity. She says, "Authenticity is letting go of who you think you're supposed to be and embracing who you are." And I think that is so applicable, because it can be too easy to try to fit in the box of what we have defined as a good mom, a good Christian, a good leader, or this idea of a life of success, of what we think it's supposed to look like. It can be so easy to try to chase this end result, to chase what we've unconsciously considered perfection. But I just want to throw this at you. What if authenticity is perfection? You know, with diamonds, even if it is a flawed diamond, it is considered more valuable than a synthetic or fake diamond. Why? Because it's real, it's genuine, it's authentic. People want the real thing. And so many times the missing piece is actually you. The missing piece is that you have got disconnected from yourself, and you get to reconnect with yourself, because that is the secret ingredient. That is your key to fulfillment. All those things that you were questioning about yourself and doubting about yourself, all the things that you were trusting someone else's opinion over your own, or trying to do it someone else's way instead of the way that felt right for you, all of those are your secret ingredients and your key in moving forward. Because all of those things are the things that God put in you specifically and uniquely to get you to your version of fulfillment. And you cannot get fulfillment in someone else's calling, in someone else's way of doing things, in someone else's picture of what a life should look like, because it's not for you. You have your own unique, specific version. Now you get to get connected with it, embrace it, and start walking it out. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to perform. You do not need to do it the way someone else said that you should. You do not need to stay in this box that you've put yourself in. You do not need to be the Stepford Wives version of a Christian. The world needs you. Your kids need you. Your business needs your fingerprint. Your calling needs your authenticity. So whatever God has told you to do it as you, unapologetically, because that's how it's meant to be done. That is how it's done perfectly. So let's turn up the volume on the authentic you. If this resonated with you and you are ready to get back in touch with the authentic you, I created a free video series called Changing the Relationship with Yourself. You can find the link below, and it's a great next step of reconnecting with who you really are. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe it for more videos just like it.